Hi, I'm Chef Sherry Ronning. How are you doing today? We are here. I have been hungry for steak fajitas. True transparency, I have never made these before. I have had them out, I don't know, maybe a few times, a handful of times. I know what they are. They look delicious. And my daughter, a while back, made this recipe. She made chicken and steak fajitas for us after we had just gotten her boyfriend a Blackstone griddle. So they cooked that. That was one of the first meals that they cooked for us on the griddle, and it was so good. She did both him, Cody Allen and Lexi Ronning did an amazing job. It was really, really super tasty, but she won't share her recipe with me. I've asked several times and she said no. She will not share that valuable recipe with me. So I have been super bummed. I've asked and asked and asked, and she hasn't shared it. So I tried some marinades. We mixed some up. I bought flank steak and they have the recipe on the back, and this says to use like a fajita packet, which I've never done before, so I have no idea. But then I tried mixing. I went online and I mixed this up and we tasted it, and we just weren't like really happy with the way it tasted. And we added a few things to it, and to us, it just wasn't right. And so then my husband thought about it, and so he came up with, this is what we came up with, is this kind of a marinade for it. I cut the flank steak up really thin, and we got the marinade with it. This is the base, and then he just kind of used the recipe on the back. So I'm really not sure. I'm hoping that it turns out good, but I'm not 100% sure how it's going to turn out. So my plea for you is, if you're watching and if you make fajitas all the time, would you please share your recipe with me? Please, please, please. I really want a good tasting fajita recipe marinade to be able to use, but I don't know. That's one of those things that, I'm a chef, but it's like I don't have all the recipes. I need your help, and if you are willing to share with me, please put in the comments, or please reply. Share with me if you will. If you're like my daughter and you have a secret recipe and you don't want to share, I understand. I get it. I know how it is. But, that's just my little plea for my audience out there. So we're going to get started. I do have the griddle. I'm using the Blackstone electric 17-inch griddle. I have it preheated at 400 degrees. I have the base on here, the bar that says that it's up to temperature. So my brother is coming over here in a couple minutes. That's why I need to get rocking and rolling. He's coming over after he gets out of work, and we're gonna have a fajita dinner for our dinner tonight. But there's one thing, and I know this is a traditional, he is allergic to peppers. And so I'm going to be I know it's not like the normal. I probably would cook the onions and peppers and the steak and then maybe combine it all together. But I'm going to keep the peppers separate for him. And I would combine the onions and peppers together and then, have a bowl of them and have the steak, so you can kind of make your own. But we're just going to go with it. So I'm going to start. 400 is the temperature. I am going to start with the onions. I'm just using a little bit of oil. I like to use the olive oil. And I'm probably just going to use the whole griddle, get the whole griddle top, the oil on there. And then I'm just going to cook the onions because you hear the sizzle? That's what you want to hear when you're cooking on the griddle. You don't want to put your stuff on there and not hear anything, because then your griddle's not warm enough. And I'm just going to season a little bit. Just a little. I like to season as I go. I like to season when I'm cooking here. And I'm just going to toss this. And we're going to cook the onions. And then I am probably going to cook the meat. I will cook the meat, and at the end, then I'll cook the peppers. So I'm going to do separate containers. I have my containers here, my plates here that I'm going to put it on. And I'm just keeping everything separate. And when I serve this, I am going to I'm just going to spread this out. Remember, there's hot spots on your griddle. The outside is cooler than the middle here. So I'm going to try to keep it, towards the center. And remember, don't keep on fussing with it. Let it cook. Let it do its thing. Just, be patient with it. But I've created this that I'm going to serve also on the table. And you can do like an assortment of different stuff. This is just what my family likes. And so just a few suggestions. I have the soft tortilla shells, and I just got the smaller ones. I don't have the real big ones. I've got an assortment of a couple different cheeses. I've got the 6-cheese Mexican blend, or I have the Colby Jack blend. I have sour cream, and then I have some shredded lettuce. And I'm going to serve this with the onions, the peppers, and the meat. And that's going to be our dinner for tonight. What else? Oh, some optional things. So I was looking at like what else can you serve with fajitas. And if you have like a favorite ingredient, if you're watching this, post in the comments maybe what your favorite ingredient might be to add to this. I like to, or something that when I was looking at different things that you could have, salsa was one of them, which I looked and we didn't have any salsa in the house. I really wish, because we might have had salsa on ours, but I didn't have any in the house. And guacamole is another thing. We really don't eat guacamole in our house, so it's not something that I have on hand. And I don't have avocados, and I never thought about it to get it to the store when I went to the store to buy that. So we're just rocking and rolling with the ingredients that we have. And I just kind of go in the refrigerator, kind of look through stuff and see what I have. It doesn't have to be fancy. If you only had, onions, steak, and the shell and cheese, just go with it. Use that. And I'm just going to let this cook. I'm not going to rush it, but you know what? I'm going to like maybe push this to the side here and let the onions cook on this side. We're just slow cooking. Go like that. And then I'm going to start the meat here. I may not do all of it. I'm going to because this is a lot of meat. I ended up doing, like, it was a little over 2 pounds of flank steak that I sliced thin. But let's see. Smells good. Got good, yeah, and actually, yeah, I don't want to put, I'm going to use my hands. I do have a sink of soapy water there. So I'm just going to grab some of these, get it closer to the griddle so I'm not dripping all over the place. And I'm going to kind of let the marinade drip. I'm not going to like pour it on here. And I think I'm going to just do half of these. If I had the full griddle, this is something that would be nice if you had, like, I have outside the 36-inch griddle. Cooking something like this is perfect. because I washed my hands here in the hot soapy water. Set this aside there. But the griddle that I have outside, the 36-inch Blackstone griddle, is twice this size. So I would actually be able to put the meat here and put the vegetables, and I probably would have been able to separate the peppers away from this and this. But with this griddle, it's Michigan. I'm in Michigan here. It is cold. We are at, what are we at? We're about 10 degrees outside. I don't know if you could see the snow. Can you see the snow on the roof? We're getting a fair amount of snow here. So it's blowing a little bit and it's cold. It's just really cold outside. And I don't want to go outside and use the gas griddle. I have the 36-inch gas griddle, and I also have the 22-inch Blackstone gas griddle. But when it's cold like that, I like to stay inside, and that's why I got this, because it's perfect for cooking griddle items, and you know, I don't have to go outside in the cold. So, and if you're coming in, this is something that I say to during each of our live episodes that I've done. If you're coming in, tell me where you're from. Post in the comments. If you're commenting from Facebook, because I'm doing the YouTube live and I'm also streaming into a couple different Facebook groups, then tell me your name when you post a comment, because when it comes from Facebook, it just says Facebook user and it doesn't show me who I'm talking to. So that's one thing. And even if you're watching the recording or watching it after I've done the live, just put in the comments there. I want to know where you guys are from. I've had quite a few. We've had Dan from Indiana, I believe. We've had Illinois, New Jersey, Vermont. We've had Florida, Alabama, all over Michigan. I've had quite a few people calling from or watching me from Michigan. So just put in the comments where you're from. I like to see that. I like to see where my supporters are from, and you know, then I can kind of get a scope of where the weather, if you're in warm weather or whether you're in the freezing cold like we are here. So the onions are browning a little bit. I'm just kind of mixing them up here, and I'm just going to let them cook. You can get them as done as you want. You know, if you like them a little bit crispy, you can do that. But this is cooking. I'm going to get it closer here so you can see a little bit closer up. But see all the bubbles? You can see it's cooking really well. It's bubbling all the way through here. It smells amazing. It's got really good aromas. I'm just going to flip these. And with this flank steak, you don't want to overcook them. They're thin. They're cut very thin, so it's meant to be quick and taken off the griddle. Just cook quick. You want to, like, you know, I'm going to cook it so that I don't see any of the blood, any of the red on there, because we have the marinade. So you want to make sure to get that marinade, you know, warmed up and nice, and this is like really super juicy. The juices are coming out in it. And remember, your griddle has hot spots. So use those hot spots to your benefit. You know, my hot spots are right in the middle here. And you can tell the difference when you're cooking too. It's not bubbling like over here, but it's bubbling all through here. And that's where it's warm, where it's cooking the most. And I'm just flipping over the ones just so they get, you know, you get a little nice cook on it. Mm. And it is, ooh, it's hot. Definitely very hot. I'm going to test it to see what it tastes like, to see. Got a little kick to it. We got a little bit of the pepper. I'm one that when I have just a little bit of pepper, it like explodes in my mouth. So we definitely got a lot of pepper. My brother loves pepper, and so he's gonna really like this. And I think what I'm gonna do, because I'm getting an excess of this juice, this marinade here, I'm gonna push it. That's what your grease trap is for there, is I'm just gonna push this into the grease trap and just get rid of some of this extra juice. Because it's kind of overpowering my griddle. And I don't want that. I don't want these to be all soggy, which it's kind of wanting to go in to the onions. And I definitely don't want it to get soggy. The onions are cooking really good. We're getting some nice brown color. I'm actually probably not going to cook these too much longer, because they're good. We've got some nice brown color. I think I'm going to pull them. And I'm going to use this bowl here, because I want to start cooking the rest of the meat like that. See, we got some golden brown color on them. There you go, like that. And I'm just going to set that aside. And oops, maybe I'll just put it on the plate here, because that's going to go to the table. And I am going to move this. This is drier over here, and I'm going to move this over to the more drier side, and then I'm going to try to get some of this. There just seems like there's an awful lot of this marinade here cooking. Like that. And I'm just going to get that into the grease trap. Like that. I have a feeling my brother is here. Lola. I'm not sure if you can hear Lola barking. She's kind of going crazy here. And I actually think this might be done. You want to make sure not to overcook this. So I'm going to pull it. Howdy. How's it going? Fajitas for dinner. I don't know if I told you that. I don't know what day. We've got tomorrow's too, so we'll be doing. But there we go. There's the fajita, the first round. And I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to add the rest of this. We got about the half here. And I'm just going to kind of keep this to the middle. And try to quick cook this. And then we got just the peppers to go. Have you eaten fajitas before? Okay. You like fajitas? Minus the no onions? Or I mean the peppers. Just sorry, the peppers. So I'm just making sure to wash my hands here. And that definitely don't want to cross-contaminate. Ooh, I got onion on the floor. How in the heck did that happen? I got all kinds of onion on the floor. Ay, ay, ay. Mess everywhere. Okay. So I'm just going to let this cook. And I think I'm going to turn this up maybe to let's do 350. We're going to go to 350 because we've still got the peppers to go here. And this is cooking. So I want to kind of try to get this going. And it's not going to take too long to cook here. Anybody have any comments or no comments? Nobody wants to talk to me today? See, I just show you. So this is cooking. Do you see it? See it bubbling around here? Nice. Nice there, which is exactly what we want. And I just want to show you guys this. If you're looking for Blackstone Griddle Recipes, I do have a cookbook that is called Recipes for the Blackstone Griddle that I created. And it has over 50 recipes in it, and every single recipe has a color photo with it. That is one huge thing that I hate when I get a cookbook and you look at a recipe and you have no idea what it looks like. So every recipe has a photo in it. You can go to my website. You can go to mygriddlesecrets.com. It's on there, or you can go to frommichigantothetable.com, and I have that to where you can purchase that. Then you go up on the top, there's a shop button that has different options for you. And this is cooking up really good here. Joe, would you like anything to drink? You just want some water? Okay. Let's see. How was work? Cold?
9 degrees.
How much do you have to be outside? Yeah. There you go. Okay, so I've just let this cook, and it's bubbling. We can see, like I can see on the bottom, it's browned. So I'm just going to flip it over and cook that side there. Like that. And I have Lola down here that's kind of growling at me. She can smell this. Like that. I'm just going to get some of this juice off of here, because it seems to be doing better if it's not like drowning in the liquid. Like that. I'll go like that. And it's still not, I set the temperature at 450 in my bar here. It still hasn't come up to the 450 temperature. I'm kind of surprised. I thought I did. Did I not? Yeah, I did. I did set the temperature. I don't know why it's doing that, because it's saying that it's, I hope it's not shutting off on me. Sometimes my fingers or whatever, I have a hard time. Did I set the temperature? Nope, it's saying, yeah, like that. I don't know. Sometimes that touchpad on there is touchy, and I think it's on and it's not. So I have to be really careful when I'm cooking. Usually I like to just set a temperature and stay at that temperature, and then I know how hot it is. But, okay. Go like that. All right. I want to grab my phone so I can take a quick picture. Any comments? No comments. Nobody wants to talk to me today. Let me get my phone here. Take some pictures. That. And it's tender. I think I'm going to pull it because you don't want to overcook it. I'm going to go like that. Get this. And like that. There we go. And then I'm just going to quick cook I think I'm going to get this off of here as much as I can. The griddle is at the 450 temperature. Like that. I'm going to go. And I'm going to just wipe. And just quickly wipe it. Like that. And just make sure you don't burn yourself. Like that. Okay. I'm just going to add just a little bit of oil in the middle here. Whoops. And I'm going to get this. I grabbed a new spatula here. Spread that out. And then I just have the peppers. I have an assortment of the different colors. And I'm just going to carefully, you got to watch because I have the oil. So yeah, you want to hear that sizzle like that. And I actually prep this up ahead of time. I'm going to season like that. Season it. And spread it out. Like that. Take a quick picture here. Like that. I'm gonna get I'm just going to get these tongs to put in there for serving. Like that. And I'm just going to be patient and actually I'm going to use the lid just quickly on here. And that's what's good thing about this lid is that's how easy it is to put on. It's not complicated at all. And it's going to help steam these a little bit. And I'm just going to let it cook quickly so we can try to eat here. We've been going a little over half an hour here. So I'm trying to get this so we can have some dinner. Anybody have any comments? Anybody have any suggestions? So does anybody want to share their recipe, their fajita recipe with me? No, I have not any takers. Nobody, please, 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 please share. If you have a good fajita recipe, please share it with me. I'm begging you. Let's see. And so I don't know if you can hear that. It's like it's you could hear it, and I can smell the peppers. And so I'm just gonna stir it. Yeah. You hear it sizzle. Stir it here quick. Like that. I'm gonna let that cook. And these peppers shouldn't take too long. So is there anything that you guys like? What other things would you like, do you like in your fajitas? Nobody wants to talk to me today. I have 4 people on. Yeah. 4 people watching me. I've got a couple hearts and I got some thumbs up. Let's see. So I'll show you what I have here. I showed you earlier, but I've got my assortment here. I've got my soft shells, soft tortilla shells that I'm using. I have the cheese, so I have Colby Jack, and then I have a 4-blend cheese. I have sour cream. I have some shredded lettuce. I have the grilled onions, and I have the fajita meat, the steak, which is the flank steak that I'm using. And then I've got the peppers. So we're going to just serve this. I'm just going to put this all in the middle of the table. And that's what I'm going to serve for dinner. It should be pretty close here. Nice brown. We're getting some nice brown color. Like that. I'm just going to let it go. It's just a little bit crispier than what we like. We like to have our peppers kind of cooked good through. And you know, I don't want to rush it too much, so when you're eating it that you're getting the crunch. But let's see, if you are looking for more griddle related stuff, you can go on my website. I have more than 140 Blackstone griddle recipes on there, so you can go and get that, you know, bookmark it so that you have it. There's all kinds of amazing Blackstone griddle recipes, from breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's appetizers, there's desserts, even dessert stuff. Did you guys know you can make desserts? That's one thing I need to do after this healthy cooking. I mean, I did the apple crisp the other day, which is kind of like a dessert for, you know, healthy eating. But you can do desserts on here. I've done on the outside griddle, I've actually done layered cake, just a small little cake. I've done cupcakes. I have done cheesecakes, mini cheesecakes. I have done, what else did I do? The cobblers, little peach and blueberry cobblers, which turned out really good. So all kinds of stuff that you can go on my website for. There, I think. This is looking really good. Yep. And I don't want to burn it. We've got nice color here. I think we're doing good. I'm going to shut this off. So press it down and holding it, and the whole display goes off like that. And I'm going to get the plate, maybe put it on this plate here. And actually, let me take a quick picture. There. Just like that. And there's the peppers. So we've got the griddle peppers, onions, and the flank steak. All like that. And add this to it here. Just like that. And there you go. There's a complete meal that we're going to go. I'm going to go. Joe's ready to eat. So you guys, have a great evening. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you want to leave your name in the comments, feel, just go ahead and do that. I will see you tomorrow. So have a good night. Bye.